So it wasn't, something that we were active in. But I am. There's futures indexes that we are looking at as possible trade setups. So let's get to it. All right. Why don't we go to our far left? All right. Where I have the Euro USD up. And I'm going to zoom in here. And I'm just going to really discuss this break here to start off with it. I mean, many traders were probably under the assumption that we hit the monthly, we hit the weekly, and many people were thinking we were going to get that move off of that 109 area. That did not happen. And I'm telling everybody, if you look at my video last week, that don't necessarily think that we're going to get that. Probably now going to see something to the upside. We're going to wait and see. I want confirmation. I want to see us come out of this area and then, break this zone, this nice channel zone. Once we do that, then we'll take a look. Then we'll see if there's a trade setup. But to go ahead and start, taking trade setups now would be not conducive to our profits. Next, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. And I had said, take a look at the video. I was talking about that 50 fib. This is so easy, my friends. All right. And if you have no idea what I am talking about, then go to fxlivedaytrading.com and take a look at the different options as far as one-on-one coaching. You don't want to go out there and start learning stuff if really it's just not making sense. I mean, sometimes people need a one-on-one, attention, so to speak. They need that trading mentor to really just dig down into where they're at and, take it from there. We don't need this volume, so let me just delete this volume indicator. But this over here is the 1 hour chart, and you could see that we opened up below this 50 fib. And I was telling you people, take a look at the video. Once again, you'll see, I believe it's the last video, I said I'm, short-term bullish on Bitcoin. All right, so don't just take my word for it now. I'm telling you, we were discussing this in the trading room. I was saying, hey, I'm going to take some shorts here. Yep, Gary, I know. I agree 100%. All right, and great job, by the way. Good job for taking the trade. Good job for taking that trade. Let me go to the next one. Gold. Where do we go from here? Well, I was saying that gold has the possibility to really start to make a turnaround and come to the downside. Based on what I am seeing, many different variables are telling us that gold may make a move down to the 1450 area in the up and coming 10 days, maybe 2 weeks at the max. So keep in mind that gold I'm not going to say has to take a break, but it may very well take a break. All right, now I'm drawing this here, and again, I use MT4 when I'm explaining charts in Forex online, but when I am taking my trades, I'm using interactive brokers. So I'm not always the best when it comes to putting these indicators and stuff on the chart. But right now we're at the top end of this channel. I'm looking for a move down, and I have to believe that we don't move too much higher. And this is based on years experience, my technical analysis, and don't take my word for it. Look back in the videos and then compare what I'm telling you now, and take a look in a week, take a look in 2 weeks, see where it's at. All right, now let's talk about the Aussie. This is going to be a tough one, and I'm going to tell you why. We got the minutes coming up on the Australian US dollar, and those minutes are going to be coming out in the next 24 hours strong. Okay, I'm going to tell you one trade that I am in, and if you saw the last video, then you will know what trade I'm talking about. Correct, Phil. Phil. Good job. That's right. Yep, Thursday. Thursday I started that short. All right, so I'm not going to get too in-depth with this. I am not long. I am not short. This is in consolidation mode. If I had to make a bet and I was forced to take a trade on the Australian US dollar, it would be down, at least for now. USD versus the JPY. I'm looking for us to break and go higher in this consolidation area here. All right, my friends, I'm looking for a move higher. All right. However, be careful because I'm seeing some bearish divergence. So if you are, I'm not in long, no. Yes, Steve. When you log in, just look on the left. You'll see open positions, and then just click that button. So I have to believe that if I had to make a choice, all right, I would pick higher rather than lower. Let me close this out. I already have one of those open. The SPX 500. Where are we at? Where are we at? At this point, I'm just going to take my time and stay away from this one. Could go higher, could go lower. Don't know. Consolidation happening sideways right here. A toughie. I'm staying away. Staying away, staying away. New Zealand dollar. Where are we at? I'm bullish. Hey. I have an opinion for everything, and I'm looking to the upside for this. I think the numbers in the dairy auction are going to be good, and the last central bank meeting was positive. I'm bullish, but be careful because you're putting this against the U.S. dollar, which is strong. Oil. Look at the last videos, and you will see. I said 52. We got to 52 on Friday. At this point, I'm going to stand aside and see if we break the 52. And New Zealand dollar, I can cancel out. I already have that. This is a good way for me to clean my charts a little. Australian versus the yen. Where are we at? This is a toughie. We can go sideways. We can go long. We can go short. Toughie. I'm going to stay away as far as really predicting something on that. Copper, not something I trade a lot, but I had told you people that we had a solid support level at 250. We took the long from there. We're probably going to come up to 2.6885 probably before we head down. Be careful taking a trade here, but for the most part, we're looking bullish. Aussie 200 index. This is the stock market now. All right. This is not the currency. We said that we also talk about futures, right? So these are the futures. Here, it's looking toppy. I'm not long. I'm not short. So staying away from that. Looking toppy, though. Looking toppy. Now let's get to the Australian New Zealand. I am short this pair. It's a choppy chart. I don't trade this as a day trade. I trade it to hold at least 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. 2 definitely being more rare. On average, I'm going to hold this about 4 days. It's too choppy for me to trade, to be in and out. It's just not something that I prefer. But why am I doing it now? Well, I get concerned about that U.S. dollar. I get concerned that it's just too strong for me to put the New Zealand against it or the Aussie. I prefer taking 2 that I feel New Zealand is not in trouble like the Australian. I think this coronavirus is real. Excuse me. I think the Chinese are exaggerating their numbers on this. I think that news will eventually come out. Both currencies will get hit, but you're going to see the Australian getting hit a lot more. And I think we come down to the 103 plus area first. For those of you who don't like to hold, I'm going to look at 103.70 as a good immediate target, and this is going to be over the course of the next 2 to 4 days. So 103.70, and for those who like to hold, I think we see 103.20 that's going to be coming. So just keep that in mind. Is it a head and shoulders? Absolutely. Head and shoulders, but it's super sloppy. All right. This was the perfect head and shoulders. But you know what? Especially with Forex, these things are read by traders. And, you trade in algorithms. There's a lot of false breakouts. But all in all, I think this pattern, although a sloppy head and shoulders, is going to be validated today, at least in the next 24 hours. And I think this comes down, and I think we have a successful trade. All right. On the flip side, this thing pops up. You got to give it some room. Stop above here. As far as a target, you already know my target. But I'm going to be communicating with you guys, so don't worry about that. And, communicate with me too. Yes, Igor, I appreciate it. Yep. Just send me that image, and I will have a look, and I appreciate that. And thanks again for designing that. Yep. Oh, the link for the coaching. What you want to do is you go to fxlivedaytrading.com, and you want to click on one of the tabs. I believe it says coaching, and you'll see several different options. Anything from 2 hours to like 15 hours. Booked for this week though, so that's not an option. But next week, you'll get an email. Don't worry, you got it, no problem. All right. So copper, Australian yen, oil. You know what? Let me go from right to left. Bearish, Australian, New Zealand. Head and shoulders pattern and fundamentals. Number 2, Australian fib. Now toppy, probably going to come down a little bit. Copper, bullish, but not trading it. Australian yen, bullish. SPX 500 standing aside with a slight bearish feeling, but not long, not short. Dollar yen. I'm looking for a break to the upside. I'm going to have to go with that. This is a consolidation. I think we pop here. May drop a tiny bit before we pop, but probably a pop. Australian versus the US dollar, ladies and gentlemen. We have a questionable bias to the downside. Needless to say, if I had to choose, I would choose the Reserve Bank of Australia minutes coming out. Gold. Gibby gold. Where are we going from here? Downside bias on gold. Looking for 1450 in the next 10 days. BTC, USD. In the place to fall in love with the downside. I don't know about this here and now. Be careful. Bitcoin is still, it's still wanted out there and promoted. There's demand. Know that we're probably going to come down to this area here. I'm going to put a 91.50 as a nice target, and then be careful. Euro dollar. I'm looking for a rebound here in the euro dollar, but wait for it to bounce out of this zone. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this helped you. Yes. Thanks, Steve. The thing is, right now we're not accepting more people in the Forex room, as you see. I mean, it's, I like to keep it small. Just tell your buddy to join the mailing list, and, well, I'm going to be getting some help here soon, and I think we can. But hey, if anybody wants to volunteer, do some, some help there with. But check this out. I'm going to be doing more live streams. This is getting fun here. I'm kind of finally figured out how to stream, and I don't know. Disclaimer. Sorry, I forgot to say it in the beginning. But the disclaimer is really straightforward, dudes. Do not speculate with money that you can't afford to lose. Very important. Do not. Forex, futures, stocks, very risky. You can lose your shirt, your car, your underwear, everything in the world. Don't do it unless you can't afford to lose the money. All right. Past performance not indicative of future performance. All right, I'll spare you. Have a good one. Take care and brush your hair.